Well done, one dirty beast less. There's another one of those scummy beasts.
was all along. It's exactly what I said. No big deal. That's been known a long time. He should have known better. Doesn't surprise me. Nobody ever asks me.
You're the farmer here?
You could say so, but I'm really just a tenant. All the land here is owned by one big farmer.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
How do you make a living?
Mostly hunting and the wood we cut. Of course, we also raise sheep and work the land. O&R saddles me with all these laborers, and I have to keep them busy somehow. Only a few of them are good hunters, you see.
You're employing day laborers?
O&R sends away the workers he can't use on his farm. Then, he sends them to me.
You really think?
I feed them and they work here for me.
That was obvious all along.
What do you think of Onar?
He's a greedy bastard who'll get us all hanged in the end. One of these days, the paladins will come out of the city and make us small farmers bleed for what he's doing here. But I haven't got a choice. The militiamen only come here to collect and not to defend the farm. If I held myself loyal to the city, I'd be very much on my own. At least Onar sends some mercenaries now and then to see how we're doing.
Nobody ever asks me.
What have you got against the royal troops?
It's obvious. There hasn't been any improvement now that the paladins are in the city. Just the opposite. Now these cursed militiamen come onto our land even more often and steal everything they can, and the paladins don't do a darn thing about it. The only paladins that I've ever seen are the two guards at the pass. They wouldn't budge an inch, even if the militia slaughtered us all.
I agree with you completely.
The pass?
That's nothing.
Yeah, the pass to the old valley of mines by the waterfalls at the other end of the high pastures. Ask Malik about it. He was there a couple times last week.
I never knew that.
I'm supposed to deal with your militia problem.
What? I told Onar he should send a couple of his mercenaries.
This is my chance to prove myself.
Terrific. Do you know what the militia will do to me if you screw it up? These bastards come by here once a week and collect the taxes for the city. It's a good thing you came just now. This is their usual time. They should be here any moment.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
There's so many of you. Why don't you just go up against the militia yourself?
It's true that there's a lot of us,
Nobody
but
will
we're
do
not
anything.
trained fighters like the militia.
You don't have to ask me that. I couldn't care less.
Let the militia come then. I'll deal with them.
I can't wait. Here they come now. See? I told you so. Just don't screw it up.
A long time. There've been all kinds of wars.
Look at this one. Another joke. What are you doing here, huh? Who the hell are you?
I'm your worst nightmare.
You're a dead man.
They hardly know who to believe these days. You already know what I think. Do you really believe that?
Your militia problem is a thing of the past.
Those are all
Not
just
bad.
rumors.
Maybe there'll be something left over at the end of the month now for a change. Thanks.
You already know what I think.
Everything all right?
Yet another day laborer who doesn't know where to go? No problem. Talk with our farmer Bengar.
What are you doing here?
I'm the shepherd here. It's not exactly a demanding job, but now and then you really have to watch out, especially if you get too close to the pass.
What do you know about the pass?
Not much, just that it leads to the old Valley of Mines that was surrounded by the barrier until a few weeks ago. Back then, the only thing we farmers had to be afraid of was the monthly caravan that took all kinds of goods to the Valley of Mines. Those cutthroats often made life difficult for us out here.
Where can I find the pass to the old Valley of Mines?
Near the two waterfalls on the other side of the high pastures.
What is it they say about the Valley of Mines?
All sorts of things. Some of the boys say they've heard screams at night. Some have seen strange lights over the mountains. But if you ask me, it's all just old wives' tales.
Have you ever been to the Valley of Mines?
No, but I go near the pass once in a while. Then I always see those two paladins who stand around and keep watch. It looks like they're making sure that nothing comes out of the valley. Back then, the Valley of Mines was a natural prison. If you went in, you never came out again.
Tell me more about the paladins. How long have they been posted there?
A week or two, I suppose. I don't know exactly. Some time ago, there was even a whole troop of them that disappeared into the pass. Since then, I haven't seen them again.
I don't see any women here at all.
You got that right. This is a man's farm, so to speak. Works pretty well, I think.
Don't work too hard.
I'll try.
Hey. Hello, beautiful maid.
Stop trying to sweet-talk me, boy. And tell me what you want. I'm busy.
How's the field work coming?
Look at these huge fields we have to work, and you know how we're doing. Are you looking for farm work?
Maybe.
In that case, you should go and see our farmer Sekob, the old slave driver. Maybe he's got something for you. Of course. You could also try Onar's farm at the end of the long road. But beware of the mercenaries. They don't take to strangers.
So where are we headed then?
Are you the foreman here?
I'll give you one upside the head, you rascal. If you want to go ambling across my land, you'll pay me 5 gold coins, or you're in for a good thrashing.
Your land? Are you the farmer here?
You can bet on that. Why else would I make you pay me a toll? I don't mind if you go ask the others about me.
Forget it. You won't get anything from me.
Then I'm afraid I'm gonna have to tan your hide.
Come on and try it then.
Well, in that case... Don't you try that again.
So, still got that big mouth?
Don't beat me, please! I'll even go back to work, okay?
How are things?
Ah, a new face here on the farm. Has the old skinflint finally granted me an apprentice?
I'm not an apprentice.
Oh, I see. I'm not as young as I used to be, you know, and I've been waiting for a replacement for years. You aren't here because the neighbors are annoyed, are you?
What's the work you do here?
Oh, I guard the sheep, and I've been doing that for as long as I can remember. The animals are very loyal and very smart, you see. If you treat them well, they'll follow you for a lifetime.
What's the trouble with your neighbors?
The grass on this side of the big field is always so stunted and dry, so I mostly go to the big pastures of the other farmers. Oh, the landowner doesn't mind, but Bengar, the farmer on the high pastures, always makes a big deal out of it when I take the animals up there. He says Sekob should pay if I take his animals onto Bengar's pasture, but Sekob won't spend a measly coin for that, so I can't go up onto the plateau anymore.
Maybe I should talk to Bengar.
You do that for me? What will you tell him? I mean, I don't want any trouble, you hear?
We'll see about that. Where can I find the high pastures in Bengar's farm?
Follow this path and cross the big crossroad. If you stick to the right, you'll see a big outcropping of rock. Behind that, to the right, are the high pastures and the pass.
Everything else all right?
Oh, I can't complain. Thanks for asking.
Well, kiddo?
That's no way for a farmhand to talk to me. Just how often do I have to remind you?
Are you in charge here?
No, I'm only Sekop's son. But once my old man is no longer with us, then all the land you can see here will belong to me.
Amazing. Is that how you always treat your field workers?
Of course, they need that. Whoever doesn't toe the line here gets thrashed. That's the way it goes.
So what do you do when you're not busy playing ruler of the farm?
Stand guard. The filthy militiamen from the city are coming onto our land more and more often and stealing everything they can get their hands on. Only last week the bastards were here, and they took some of our sheep. If I could get my hands on one of them, I'd make short work of him.
But of course. Why don't the mercenaries help you against the militia?
Before they even turn up, I've already driven them off.
There's this guy who demands a toll from every passerby, claiming he's the farmer.
Yes, I know. That's Bronco. He does whatever he wants. Not that I haven't pounded it into him 1,000 times that he should finally get back to work.
But
He just doesn't do it. My father's quite annoyed with me that I still haven't managed to persuade him to go back to work.
maybe I can help you.
Do you mean that? Okay, listen, if you can get Bronco to go back to work, I'll pay you, shall we say, 10 gold pieces? What do you say?
No problem, but I want more money.
All right, 20 gold pieces then.
I want more.
30?
I want more.
Maybe 50?
All right, I'll see what I can do.
But hurry up about it.
Hey! Hey! So, still got that big mouth?
Don't beat me, please. I'll even go back to work, okay?
How's it going?
You're not one of us, huh? I'd get out of here if I were you.
Why?
This wasn't a paradise before, but at least we were left in peace as long as we did our work for Sekob. But lately it's become unbearable. Bandits are everywhere, field raiders destroy the entire harvest, and the landowner is getting to be pretty brutal.
Are you afraid of the landowner then?
You bet. If the landowner doesn't like people's faces, he sends his mercenaries after him, and that's the last you see of them. So we prefer to keep our mouths closed.
Shouldn't the mercenaries take care of the field raiders?
I don't know what they're being paid for, but certainly not to help us common people. The field raider problem is left to the small farmers who rent the fields from him.
How do you protect yourselves against the bandits?
We don't. We run away. What else?
Keep your chin up.
That's not so easy if you're working for Sekob, the slave driver.
Hey! Bronco's back at work.
Really? That's terrific.
Yeah, and now I want my cash.
Well, business is business, right?
Hey! I need to talk to your father.
He hasn't got time, but I'm his deputy. What can I help you with?
By introducing me to your father.
You're a real tough guy and a good fighter, huh?
The best.
I think maybe I better get him then.
Never mind, boy. I'll find him, I'm sure.
If you say so.
Hey!
Blabbermouth, you told Cypher I took his weed. Like hell will I vote for you.
Myself, people. You already know what I think. I could have told this is gonna change.
It has come to my attention that you have it in for my boys. And as far as I know, you're one of Lee's protégés. I'm warning you, a few things are going to be different around here soon, and we'll talk about this again then.
We need to talk, you and I.
What do you want?
I think the best thing would be if you didn't show your face on the farm anymore. See to it that you're gone by tomorrow. We understand each other.
The two of us should have a chat.
I wouldn't know about what.
I'm not going to leave here.
I guess we're gonna have to discuss this again.
It can't go on like this forever.
Don't you try that again.
The two of them.
Listen, you won. Now leave me alone.
Oh my God, a fight!
I'll get you!
Will you vote for me?
Just because you...
And? How are...
Not many people come... Except you.
What do you want this time?
Nobody will learn anything from me.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
These days.
You never would have thought of that. Nobody wants to know.
That's the first I've heard of it.
Bad business.
I took care of Bengar's militia problem.
Did you make sure that they won't be standing on his doorstep again tomorrow?
They'd have a really hard time doing that.
Well done. You passed your test. If you can handle a militia, most here will respect you.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
say that myself.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
Bad business. Don't tell me you didn't know that.
How many of Silvio's men are still on my list? I've bested Bulko.
I heard. Not bad.
Rod looks a little worse for the wear. I knocked out Sentenza. Fester tried to take me for a ride. That was his mistake. I went to see Raoul.
And?
He was badly in need of a proper licking.
That's enough. That's enough. I'm impressed. If Lee asks me, I can vote for you without hesitation.
That isn't
You
true.
hardly know who to believe these days.
And that's the truth.
I'll get you! Same old thing all over again.
Nothing amazes me anymore. Is it really true?
I'll get you!
Where did you pick that up then?
You really let Bulko have it, honey. Must have been an exhausting job to thrash that fat swine. Here, have a bite to eat so you'll gain back your strength.
The things
Can I have some more of your stew?
I haven't got any now.
Not even a tiny bowl?
No.
Can I lick the pot then?
Will you cut it out? If you're so keen on my stew, you'll have to do something to get it.
What?
Go see Sagita, the healer who lives behind Sekop's farm, and bring me a package of her herbs. If you bring me the herbs, I'll make you some stew.
It was no big deal. You don't have to ask me that much. Tell me. I'll get you.
First I've heard of it. Better off myself.
It had to happen sooner or later.
You already know who they'll leave these. It's not what I heard.
I want to become a mercenary.
Have you gotten better by now? So, how about one-handed weapons?
Well...
And two-handed weapons then?
I'm surely gonna get better.
In other words, you're a damn greenhorn. Each mercenary needs to be able to rely on his comrades. All our lives depend on that. As long as you barely know how to wield a weapon.
Teach me how to fight.
I only train mercenaries.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
It's all just you listen to the wrong people. You listen to the wrong people.
That was quite obvious.
It's been known a long time. Is it really true?
That's the truth.
I'm not telling you anything new.
I'm ready to join you.
Then you've passed Tarloff's test?
Yes.
That's good. What did the other mercenaries say?
I'm not quite sure whether enough of them are on my side.
Then talk to Tarloff. He knows just about everything that's been said here on the farm.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
Hey,
You listen to the wrong people.
how's my reputation among the mercenaries?
Let's see. Wolf says he has nothing against you joining. Jarvis thinks you're on the
It's all
right
just
side.
gossip.
It's Cord's opinion that you first need to learn how to
It's
handle
all
weapons
just
better.
gossip.
Cypher says that for
I'm not
him it
telling
was
you anything
crystal
new.
clear that you'd get to join. Something seems to have made him really happy.
That's really not my problem.
You seem to have convinced Rod that you're strong enough. Sentenza won't vote for you. He says you still owe him 50 gold
Never thought of
pieces.
that himself.
Buster says you're okay. And Dar says you're a blabbermouth. But his vote doesn't count for very much here. The rest of the mercenaries haven't said anything. You convinced most of them by passing the test. You have my vote in any case. And you won some fair duels.
I'm not telling you anything
A
new.
lot of mercenaries respect that.
know better
Most
off
of the
myself.
mercenaries are for you. As far as we're concerned, you can start with us at any time. Go to Lee. He'll explain everything else to you.
I couldn't get away with that.
Don't say you didn't know that. That was quite obvious.
You really believe that? That's not what I heard.
I'm ready to join you.
What did the other mercenaries say?
Most of them are on my side.
Good. Then go see Onar now. I've already talked with him. But you'll have to negotiate your pay yourself.
Don't even think about touching anything here. Otherwise, you'll get a couple upside the head. Got it?
What's your job?
Onar wants me to spend all day keeping an eye on his stuff. He's worried that something will go missing, and I would too in his place. Most of the mercenaries he's hired are former convicts from the penal colony. They'll walk off with everything that isn't nailed down if no one watches out.
There's a whole bunch of junk here.
That's right, and most of it is extremely valuable. Onar collects valuable objects. A simple man like me can hardly afford such luxury. I stick to other things.
And that would be...
I collect old coins.
Has anyone tried to steal anything yet?
A few, and I caught them all.
Who let you in here? What are you doing here on my farm?
Everything all right here on the farm?
I don't see how that's any of your business. You don't belong on the farm.
You're revolting against the city, or so I've heard.
Now listen up. I inherited this farm and this land from my father. And he inherited it from his father. I'm not going to allow that greedy imbecile of a king to make off with all that just in order to feed his useless armies. The war with the orcs has been going on forever. And where do we stand? On the edge of defeat. No, I prefer to defend my farm myself. The money that I save this way can pay for my own army.
Thanks to Bulko, you now have a few sheep less.
And what are you talking about? Who is Bulko?
One of the mercenaries.
How would that interest me? If he's been after my sheep, he'll have to answer to Lee. So why are you bugging me with such trivial details?
Lee sent me. I want to work here as a mercenary.
He's already talked to me. He's the one responsible for you, so suit yourself. But no fooling around here. Leave the farmers and the maids alone, and, above all, don't nab anything, capiche? For everything else, talk to Lee. All we need to discuss now is your pay.
So how about my pay?
Well, let's see. Let me think. 50 gold pieces. What do you say?
Per day?
What do you think? Per week? You're really none too bright. So move your butt over here and come get your money. I'm not going to carry it after you.
Well, that's not a whole lot.
Of course, you're welcome to work for me for free instead. Anyway, this is all you'll get.
It's a bad business. Been there, done that.
Can't believe that.
That's not
Same
what
old thing all over
I
again.
never would have thought of that himself.
Whole thing all over again?
He didn't get that from me.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
He really should have known better.
Halt! You can't go through here.
I want to talk to your leader.
Oh, I see. You want to talk to my boss. Well, then of course I'll let you through. But only if you know his name. Because if you don't, I'll be obliged to kill you. Well?
Dexter.
Well, I guess you know the boss. Okay, I'll let you through. But I'm warning you, you get too close to anybody, you won't get out of here alive. So take a deep breath and leave your weapons where they are. You'll find Dexter in the house.
Exactly what I said will only cause more trouble.
You can't rely on that.
You should have known better.
Look who's here, the great emancipator. Well, hero, what are you doing here?
I'm looking for a few answers. Someone is passing around pieces of paper with my face on them. Someone told me it's you.
Somebody talks too much. But it's true. I gave my boys the wanted posters. I didn't have any other choice. When I tried to escape from the Valley of Mines, the soldiers discovered me and drove me into a trap. I thought I was done for, but then suddenly this figure appeared out of the darkness. He wore a black robe with a hood and a mask over his face, and he spoke with a voice that was altogether not human. But he offered me his help. He brought me out of the valley and offered me 1,000 gold pieces for your head. Hey, what was I supposed to do? If I'd turned him down, he'd have killed me.
Where can I find this man?
I think he's somewhere in the Valley of Mines.
And what do you intend to do now? Kill me?
Yeah, but you set us all free. That's why I'm giving you another chance. Beat it. Disappear. Make yourself invisible. Go and don't cross my path again. If I see you around here again, I won't hesitate to kill you.
But you'll regret this.
And there's more, believe me.
Some problem. Let's wait and see what happens. Put down that weapon!
Hey, you!
Leave while you're...
Nobody ever asks me.
I'm gonna rip you to pieces! Put that weapon away!
And now for some action. And now for some action. You're in for it.
I used to say that myself.
Yeah, get away from here!
Wait a minute. Can you teach me how to fight better?
I might well be. It's his decision, wasn't it? It had to happen sooner or later. Just listen to him talk.
Hey! I want to become a mercenary.
Have you gotten better by now? So, how about one-handed weapons?
I'm not so bad at that.
And two-handed weapons, then?
I'm surely gonna get better.
Well, at least you're not a damn beginner. All right, I'm gonna vote you in. Whatever else you need to know, you can learn from me.
What should I learn first, one-handed or two-handed combat?
Those two types of arms are rather similar. As soon as you reach the next level with one type of weapon, you automatically learn for the other as well. If, for instance, you're good at fighting with one-handed swords, but still a beginner with two-handed weapons, your two-handed skills will go up as well whenever you train with a one-hander. If you train with one type of weapon only, you'll find the training more exhausting. If you always train both, you'll arrive at the same result with less effort. In the end, the outcome will be the same either way. It's your choice.
What are the advantages of one-handed or two-handed weapons?
A good question. I see you've given the subject some thought. One-handed weapons are faster, but a little weaker. Two-handers cause more damage, but you can't strike as fast. Also, you need more strength to wield a two-hander. This means additional training. The only way to become really good is to invest a lot of effort.
Teach me how to fight.
I can train you.
That's the truth. Don't tell me you didn't know that. That's not what I heard.
No one really wants to hear that. But he knew that all along.
It's a bad business.
We really should